It was late, but Florence Debar, a French evolutionary biologist, was wide awake, searching for answers in the digital library of genetic sequences. She scrolled through Gisaid, not expecting anything new, until she spotted fresh files from the Chinese CDC linked to the Huanan seafood market in Wuhan. These files included environmental DNA, possibly from animals in the market. Debar knew she had to act fast. Data like this could vanish at any moment. She alerted her international team. Across time zones, the message was clear. Wake up, we've found something. The race was on to download and analyze the data before it disappeared. Debar's discovery reignited hope for solving the pandemic's biggest mystery. The origin of COVID-19 has always been a battle between two theories: natural spillover and lab leak. The spillover theory suggests the virus jumped from bats to an intermediate animal, then to humans, just as SARS did in 2002. The lab leak theory points to the Wuhan Institute of Virology, proposing the virus escaped during research. Both theories have circumstantial evidence. Animal markets have sparked outbreaks before, but the Wuhan lab's proximity and secrecy fuel suspicion. Most pandemics start with animal spillover, but the lack of a confirmed animal host and limited transparency keep the lab leak theory alive. The debate rages on, with no definitive proof for either side. The world remains caught between these two stories, desperate for clarity. Understanding the true origin is crucial, not just for history, but for preventing future pandemics. Until the mystery is solved, uncertainty lingers. In early 2020, the Huanan seafood market was shut down and swarmed by health officials in hazmat suits. They collected samples from every surface: walls, floors, cages, drains, hoping to find traces of the new virus. The goal to discover if the virus was present alongside animal DNA, which could reveal the source. The World Health Organization visited a year later, but the market was empty and sanitized. Chinese scientists reported finding the virus in environmental samples, but claimed all animal samples were negative. This led to the conclusion that the market amplified the virus, not originated it. Yet, the initial outbreaks clustering around the market raised doubts. Without animal DNA linked to the virus, the story remained incomplete. For years, the official narrative was that no animal evidence existed. The most critical data seemed lost, deepening the mystery. The world waited for a breakthrough. Debar's team raced to download the newly discovered files, knowing they could disappear at any moment. The data was massive and complex, containing millions of genetic sequences. Less than a day after discovery, the files vanished from Gisaid. Access revoked. The digital doors slammed shut. The team had managed to save a copy, holding what could be the most valuable evidence on the planet. They quickly published their preliminary findings online to ensure transparency. The sudden removal of the data raised questions. Was it a mistake or deliberate suppression? The incident shattered trust in global scientific collaboration. Data sharing is vital, especially during a pandemic, but secrecy threatened progress. The team's actions ensured the evidence wouldn't be buried. The world's attention turned to what the data might reveal. The search for answers intensified. Analyzing the data, the team found a breakthrough in samples positive for SARS-CoV-2. They also found large amounts of raccoon dog DNA. Raccoon dogs, known to be susceptible to coronaviruses, were sold at the market. In one stall, a cart used for animals tested positive for both the virus and raccoon dog genetic material. This was the strongest evidence yet of a possible animal intermediary. The samples with high raccoon dog DNA had little human DNA, suggesting the virus likely came from an infected animal, not just a contaminated surface. The findings supported the natural spillover theory. A virus from bats infected raccoon dogs, which then spread to humans in the crowded market. It wasn't absolute proof. No infected animal was found, but it was the closest link yet. The genetic evidence painted a vivid picture of how the pandemic may have begun. The team's discovery was a crucial step towards solving the mystery. The secret in the genes had finally been revealed. The world now had its strongest clue. The evidence pointed to a natural origin at the Huanan market. The story was clearer than ever before. The Chinese CDC quickly published their own analysis, downplaying the significance of the raccoon dog DNA. They argued the virus and animal DNA could have mixed by chance, or through human contamination. This response frustrated the international team, who saw a pattern of withheld data and delayed transparency. The lack of openness fueled conspiracy theories and eroded trust in science. Understanding COVID-19's origin isn't about blame, it's about preventing the next pandemic. If the virus spilled over from animals in a market, urgent action is needed. Regulate live animal markets, crack down on illegal wildlife trade, and increase virus surveillance. Without answers, we risk repeating history. The raccoon dog DNA story is a lesson in the importance and fragility of scientific discovery. Secrecy in politics can block progress, but the search for truth must continue. As of March 2026, the world is still grappling with the pandemic's consequences. The quest for the origin isn't over. We owe it to the future to keep searching. Only by finding the truth can we protect ourselves from what comes next.